In the rugged heart of the Kimberley is a pastoral station so remote it has no road access. Kachana Station has a 30-year story of transformation from baked bare dirt to productive soil. At Kachana, Chris, Jacqueline and the Henggeler family are regenerating landscape health by turning grazing animals into soil builders. Despite many challenges, this trailblazing family have demonstrated what can be achieved through the power of managing holistically. This is their story.
We took on degraded range country south of El Cuestro Station that was turning into a desert. On the ground, this was a grim picture of broken ecological cycles. Lifeless soil was unable to absorb rainfall and instead rapidly washed away each wet season. Constant grazing by feral animals with no herd behaviour played a driving role. Selective overgrazing left less palatable undergrazed plants to dry off and fuel bushfires. Without effective cycling of this fuel load into the soil, dry season wildfires devastated the landscape and exposed the soil to accelerating erosion. Despite annual monsoonal growth, ecological health and productivity were in a spiral of decline. Sadly, this insidious tale of desertification is all too common in northern Australia. But we believed more was possible. There was sunshine and rain, key ingredients for life and productivity. What was missing was management. So we've just dug our way through about 6 inches of mulch of various ages, and now we're at the soil surface interface, and here we are beginning to build a sponge. So if we look at it, we can see it's actually got a sponge-like structure, and below the soil is actually more like cottage cheese. So when the soils are alive, the structure is like cottage cheese. However, when they're dead, the structure is like cheddar. And that's the thing, is we need cottage cheese, not cheddar. We need soils that will soak up the water and then gradually release it.
We set about rebuilding landscape health at Kachana by turning small groups of feral cattle and later donkeys into landscape management tools.
And once we started harnessing the animal energy, we ended up with more mouths and more hooves here every year, which is counterintuitive. Just like it's counterintuitive that the waters here is because of the grass. Just adding more grass, we end up with more water. And the reason why we've got more grass is because of the way we influence the behaviour of the large herbivores, or all herbivores ultimately.
We use portable electric fences to move grazing herds in high density across the landscape. Areas are mowed and trampled with the equivalent of 300 to 1200 head per hectare for only a very short duration. By converting vegetation into mulch and fertiliser, we feed soil life instead of wildfire. Long periods without grazing then follow each animal treatment. This gives plants and soil life time to recycle nutrients, regrow and replenish energy reserves. Instead of constant grazing, this holistic approach creates a positive cycle of grass farming and soil building.
Fertilised and pruned vegetation that can still capitalise off last year's rainfall. So what we're looking for in a landscape is signs of green. Green is telling us that we're harvesting some of the gratis energy we get on a daily basis, and that we've managed to hang on to a little bit of water that dropped out of the sky.
Where we can't graze, we also use wet season burning. We do this to encourage fresh growth and add fire breaks to mitigate the impact of bushfires. The resulting landscape mosaic promotes biodiversity, the engine of our ecosystem. Today, thanks to thriving grass and soil, water cycles are being healed. The creek supplying the homestead was an eroding gully and now flows year-round. Our ongoing journey at Kachana has proven these principles work to regenerate healthy soil, water cycles and biodiversity. Nature is a constant creator, and when management aligns with her, we have a powerful ally.
It is now more important than ever to protect and restore biodiverse and resilient landscapes. The time to act is now. We cannot afford to wait. To make this happen, we need increased community action and support. Capable and willing people need to be inspired, trained, and supported to apply these proven principles at scale. These land doctors will actively regenerate and strengthen Australia's ecological foundations from the soil up. Kachana's story demonstrates how the power of managing holistically can secure a bright future of healthy soil for prosperity across the rangelands and beyond.